Hey there.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Rockstar Diaries night.
Oh man, I know we're still spilling over from last week when
What happened last week?
we were watching, your team.
Oh,
The
yeah, and
Seahawks.
I didn't put it on, but I brought my jersey from like a decade ago, and that was amazing. That game, we were so busy that day, and we're running around, and dinner wasn't even made, and I said, oh, do we really need to see the kickoff, the beginning of the game? Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, we need to. Just in case you missed something, right?
Oh,
The first play of the game.
I
Touchdown.
can't even tell you how I'm screaming. The people on Facebook were screaming. All of my Seattleites. Wow. What a game. Good job.
And they're in the conference finals against the Rams.
Oh, yeah.
But my team got knocked out.
Well, who's your team?
The Eagles.
Okay.
Because I'm from Pennsylvania. That's, hey.
So Eagles against Hawks. In real life, an Eagle would beat up a Hawk, I think. Yeah. In real life, bald eagles and.
Yeah. Well, what about a Ram?
I digress.
What about a Ram and a Seahawk?
Oh my gosh. Well, we are so happy to be here. And
deflection.
Tonight we have the best musical people. Our friend Domino.
And Kent.
And Kent,
yes.
Who is a superstar that wrote with Garth Brooks. You are going to enjoy tonight. Mm-hmm. We just wanted to rant this evening because we've been getting really amazing speaking and music entertainment opportunities around the globe.
Yeah.
And about 2 years ago, we bought one of those vacation package things. It wasn't timeshare.
Was it a mistake?
I don't know. I am so frustrated and so confused. I'm trying to use our benefits, and I'm online, and I'm going through the site. I'm so frustrated. I don't even know what to say. So have you had one of those RCI, not RCI, is it RCI? We weren't going to name names.
Yeah, we don't know if it's
one of those packages where they're supposed to make it easy. It's not just about deals. They're supposed to make it easy for you in scheduling hotels and vacations and escape weeks.
Let us know if you have a secret.
I don't know. I'm not that dumb of a person, and it's just not working. It's just not working. So I wanted to do a little bit of a rant. I know.
Yes.
It's probably boring you. You don't want to hear these rants, but that's what we're dealing with.
I know. It's supposed to snow here too in Texas. I mean, it's supposed to snow everywhere, but Texas is supposed to be big this weekend, like 12 inches, like a foot. And we're like, what?
And when it gets cold, I like comfort food. And comfort food to me is stews and soup. And I stopped by the store to get some things for stew. And I felt like it was World War III in the grocery store. People are trying to pack up things and the cupboards are bare.
People are buying Morton salt instead of rock salt.
I don't know what happened. It felt so weird. It was just bizarre. And I asked the lady, what is going on? Is there a holiday that I forgot about? Oh no, didn't you hear? It's supposed to storm in a couple days.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean here in Texas when it storms?
You got to go out. It's the same thing. You got to go out and get the milk and the bread and the eggs. It's just like up north. It's the same thing. As soon as you hear a storm coming, but in Dallas, when the storm comes, everything is shut down. They don't have like plows like you do up north. No, it's just like they have like salt and brine trucks that kind of salt the road, but everything's an overpass. So you will get stuck or go off the edge. So everybody just stays home. That's just the way it is. If it's any kind of ice or snow.
I see a few hundred people are already viewing. I want to know where you are in the world and if you are having a storm come fairly soon. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're in Chicago. Maybe you're in Hawaii.
See if we got some comments.
Yes. Yet. What's the weather like where you live right now? January 21st, 2026. Come on. Drop your comments. We want to know. And we'll send the snowplow. We'll send some comfort food to you if you are in need. I make the best soup ever.
She does. She makes anything the best. She'll take anything.
Those are fighting words for
like
some ladies out there.
leftovers. She'll take leftovers and combine 3 things together, and it's like the best tasting food you ever had in your life. And it's like, what?
Well,
like,
I was dirt poor growing up, and then I was a poor college student and a starving music artist. I had to learn how to cook and make things taste good with very little money.
Hey, let's take a test here. Let me have your hand here. Ooh, that is soft. Ooh, that's soft. Could that be because of the soap we're using?
Oh,
Yeah. I didn't bring one in here, but my goodness. Cedar Acres Farms, we've been have a sponsor since day one.
yes.
And they're amazing. They have great soap. And you know what? They're actually going to put out some videos to show people how to make soap at home.
Yes, our friend Heather, she decided that she wanted to take on this journey, this endeavor, and learned everything she could. And it's all organic. It's all healthy for your skin. There's no, I don't even know the proper terms. What's the P word? I mean, maybe somebody could drop it in the comments. Those things
awesome.
that dry up your skin. I have very sensitive skin, and what?
It's time.
Oh,
Time for the show.
uh-oh. Well,
Cedar Ridge Acres soap. Why? 'Cause you smell good.
Something's got to be done about this right here. See if we can get a hold of the owner. Fix that for him.
Helping the neighbors. In Texas, we love living here so much. We take our dog for a walk every day and we check up on neighbors. It's called a wellness check, and Tracy wanted to help this guy fix his fence. And look at who's helping. Yep.
You're watching the Rockstar Diaries TV show.
welcome to Rockstar Diaries, healing out loud with heart, humor, and harmony. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You sound like a lounge singer. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, we got Kent Maxson. You know what? To his friends, he's an award-winning songwriter. His music has been performed on international radio and TV, and he has won multiple industry awards, including an RIAA gold record for his hit single, From Where I'm Sitting, as recorded by Gary Allan. This is crazy.
I know. Artists who have most recently recorded Kent songs include CMA Texas Country Artist of the Year Will Bannister, multi-platinum award-winning songwriter artist Buddy. What's his last name?
Mondlock. Irish songstress Mary Duff, Irish traditional country artist Jordan Mogay, is that how you say it? Mogay, and rising young country artist Alyssa Trahan. Ken keeps a busy touring schedule, performing at house concerts and small venues throughout the South while writing and mentoring young artists on the craft of songwriting. Give him a warm welcome here to Kent Maxson.
Hello, how are you?
Got some of those names, but we got your name right.
That's what matters, right?
Yes.
How are you today? We're so happy to have you.
I'm doing really well. I've had a good morning and kind of enjoying relaxing. I'm going to watch a little football here in a little bit.
Football season almost
It's
here.
coming up,
Yeah,
yes.
we're just so excited. Hey, we're going to jump right in because I tell you what, to hear that you collaborated with Garth Brooks and that he called you the real deal, that is huge for me. And what I'm curious about is in the collaboration process with Garth, what did you learn? How did it shape you differently as a songwriter?
Well, I met him very early. As a matter of fact, he hadn't even, when I first started writing with him, he hadn't signed his deal yet. So for me, I didn't really get scared of him until he started, making multi-million selling records. One thing about Garth that I remember at that period of time, when we first started, was the digging that we did to find the right words. wouldn't argue, but discuss this word versus that word. Matter of fact, from where I'm sitting, what was really interesting on that song was we originally wrote it and there was like 5 verses, and we'd set it aside. And when we came back to write again, we were writing another song, and he started playing it, and we really couldn't remember all the things from memory, so I pulled it out. And we started taking this line out of that verse, this line out of that verse, and we condensed it down to just 2 verses. And what we did is we got rid of the trash, and we had just the best songs, and it formed the story we were looking for.
I love that. And that's what I've been taught by mentors over the years, is you start with a big brain dump, which is great. You want to get all your ideas down there, but exactly what you said, that's golden nuggets for any aspiring new songwriters out there. Right?
Yes. And let's dive into this right now, too. You moved from Texas back to Nashville, and then you got inspired and you wrote some music, and then this came out.
Yes. We've been reading it, and you are such a great author.
I'll tell you what.
Very inspiring.
It's already got coffee stains on it in the pages right here. So
and teardrops.
It's good stuff. I mean, I like the way the synergy between you have the song on there, and you're talking about the history of the song, and also you have scripture meld right in there, just confirming everything. It's really well done. I really appreciate this book.
So talk about your authoring process.
The way the process worked was I'd write out 1 or 2 stories that illustrated a biblical or faith-based truth that I wanted, that illustrated very well. And that would probably be between 2,000 and 3,000 words. And then I'd send it off to my editor/co-writer, however you want to refer to him. He's a very talented individual. You'll see his name on there, David Teams. And then he would take it, edit it, add some more words. So it went from 2,000 to 3,000 to 3,000 to 4,000. And then he'd send it back to me. And then I would do the same process. And we went back and forth on that, honing, again, kind of like co-writing a song, honing the best words, the best paragraphs, the ones that best illustrated what we were trying to do.
So in that process, I mean, you're a songwriter, and now you're an author, you're doing all that. Was authoring kind of easy to do because you're a songwriter?
No.
It's so different. I know.
The stories were easy because I'm a storyteller. I mean, that's kind of, and when you're a songwriter, a country songwriter, you're going to tell stories. So that wasn't difficult. For me, the more difficult situation was to take the biblical truths that were in there and filter out the trash, for better ways to put it. And I didn't want to say things the same way they've always been said. I wanted to look at it from a different direction. So that's the biggest difference, I think.
I believe storytelling is a superpower. You're talking about your process of going back and forth. I'm in that process right now in an anthology, and those are words of wisdom. Some people write it once and done, boom, like even on their songs. And we believe that, you can always evolve and get better, right? And so I love that is definitely your superpower.
People learn in different ways. Some people learn audibly, some learn visually, some learn by doing, and you really need to cover all the bases.
Yes.
And so when I was trying to train someone, the best way to get the point across was always a story. And so, and since I had this background of writing stories and country songs, it kind of developed much further when I was doing this other job. So that when I came back the second time, I think I greatly improved in terms of telling my stories.
I love that you brought that up, because I was a training manager for years with companies like Microsoft and Verizon. And I used to separate my corporate life with my creative side, my music, like they were 2 completely separate lives or buckets or whatever you want to call it. And as soon as I stopped doing that and brought the storytelling, brought my authentic self into my management and to my employees and to my students, it made the biggest difference. And now you see all these books coming out about storytelling for corporations, for companies, and that's the secret sauce.
Yeah.
But you started doing it very early. Was that natural for you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I told you a little earlier once that I started writing songs when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I say that because it wasn't like on pieces of paper. I'd walk down the street and I'd write them, and I remember them. And I still, I remember the very first song I ever wrote, but I'll never sing it in public again.
Is that the name of the song?
The name of the song,
cool.
Just a 5-year-old kid, was called Hot Dog.
Oh,
cool.
I love it.
Embarrassing. So
No idea where to start with a podcast? I see you. And let me tell you, you have not missed the boat. I created the 7-Day Podcast Pro just for you. It's a guided experience where we take your voice, your wisdom, your mission, and turn it into a professional, purpose-driven podcast in just 7 days. There's no guesswork, no overwhelm, and absolutely no tech confusion. You don't need to know how to edit. You don't need a fancy studio. You just need your message and the courage to share it. Let's get your voice into the world where it belongs.
Tonight, Iran's state broadcaster was hacked, and
I sat down at the piano and just started playing a melody. And
I'm 2 years old. I make about $400,000 per month, and
Ray had a 98% chance.
hey, what's up, party people? My name's Bo Scott.
And I will say to the people of Iran, President Trump has made this clear. I want to make this clear.
pardon my dust, I think
We're loaded with flooring right now.
welcome to the jungle.
that's completely done for you.
Okay, this is the case, y'all. I don't give a
The only planet that doesn't spin like a top.
10 years ago, I had a very good friend, and she was an award-winning songwriter. She was amazing, and I lived in Washington State at the time. And she moved to Nashville to become a big star, And 2 years later, she moved back because it was, she said it was oversaturated. It was miserable trying to get in anywhere with the original music, that type of thing. And I know things are ebb and flow in life and things change. If somebody wanted to move to Nashville today, what would you say to them? What tips would you have for them?
I have a very good friend named Kent Maxson, and he wrote a bunch of things with Garth, like if tomorrow never comes, ain't going down, the sun comes up, and so forth. And they asked him that question, and he said the first thing I tell him is don't do it. And the reason that he said he'd do that is because kids come or people come there with stars in their eyes, imagining no matter how talented they are, it's going to change overnight. And it is a tough, tough, tough business. When I first came here, they talked about there was a 3-year plan. And then I'd come back and visit, and it was a 5-year plan. Now they're calling it the 10-year plan. And what that really is you build up relationships, you network. You start at the bottom and you keep networking. Word gets around, and it's like, let's say there's 10 tiers of success or abilities. You start out at the bottom, and then if you're at the top of number 1, then the bottom of number 2 will kind of pick you up, and then you move up, and your songwriting partners are further up this ladder. And I had a very good friend of mine, a very successful songwriter, tell me that every bit of business, not just music, comes down to 2 things. One of them is the relationship, and then the other one is the money. And if you think about that in songwriting, it's the same thing. If you have an artist or a manager, and you come to them with a song, and another person comes with a song, but they're going to make more off of that one because they own some of the rights, well, they're going to go with that one no matter what, if they're equal songs. And another example would be if you write a song and their best friend writes a song, well, there's going to be more of a loyalty towards the friend. And that's not saying anything bad about them. That's just saying the way that goes in sales wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the best song may not make it because of the other things going on.
After reading your book, I think relationship building is in your DNA, because when you talk about your Aunt Gladys, you made that relationship grow over time, and you actually ended up with the inheritance. I love that story, because you're such a, relationship building person. And I imagine that's how you got your way around Nashville. And honestly, this is how we're building our everything that we're doing. In the last couple of years, it happened like you later in life, you're blossoming. And it's just amazing. Tell us a little bit about that.
I do believe that I've made some good relationships, but the way you do that is not by seeking to get a relationship, because then you're really looking at, and I say that in terms of, if it's strictly for what that other person can give you, then they're going to sense the insincerity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So if you really want to build good relationships, you have to be sincere, and you have to go into it knowing it's a 2-way street. I have some very, very, very good friends that are far more talented than I am. And they're my friends because we hang out, because we enjoy each other's company. And because of that, when we write songs, they're much better than what I would have written by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And their connections become my connection. So I've just doubled my accessibility. So good things come to people who try to do what's right.
Yes.
You don't go up to a music supervisor and say, here's my music. It's really good. You got to listen to it. You say, hey, I read about you and I see that you like sushi and there's this really amazing sushi place around the corner from where you live. Or, hey, what kind of Starbucks do you like? I'm being, kind of silly right there. But that type of connection starts with servitude and a genuine servitude. Like you said, it's not what you can get out of that person. It's what you can give to them. Right?
Yes.
Within the last year and a half, 2 years, I've kind of made a game of when I go out in public, like if I'm going to a grocery store and I'm walking down the aisle and I'd see someone, I'd say, hey, how you doing? Or, man, it's tough to make a decision on those, isn't it? Anything at all that just acknowledges them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been blown away by how a frown goes to a smile.
Yes.
And I feel good about myself because I feel like I was a little moment of sunlight in someone's life. Just
That is awesome. We love doing that too here in Texas. From moving from Pennsylvania to Texas, her from Seattle, Washington to Texas, like there's a different vibe down here. The vibe is like you can go to the grocery store, don't know anybody in that grocery store, talk to them for 20 minutes, know everything about them, what church they go to, how many kids they have, what's their favorite food. I mean, it's just amazing, the atmosphere, and we love going with it. So did that Texas go to Tennessee, or was Tennessee like that too?
They're kindred. I mean, if you remember right, Tennessee went down to the Alamo, a bunch of Davy Crockett and them. I have found that Tennesseans and Texans are very, very, very close, maybe second cousins. They a lot of same values.
And right here's the CD. And you can tell us where you can get this, Kent.
Through my website. And when I do live shows, I also have them available.
Recommend this one too. You can get them in the same places, right?
Yes.
It's beautifully written.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, I think it's time for a hard question.
The hard question.
Yes, and this is going to make you think. Okay, if Nashville disappeared tomorrow, where would you go to keep the spirit of songwriting alive?
That is a hard question.
We were hoping you said Texas, but
Well, if Nashville went away, I would obviously be drawn to Texas because of my roots. But believe it or not, I think where I would end up going is into the hills around here. We have a tiny home up on top of this mountain out about an hour and a half drive away. The civilization is limited. There is a small, very small town that you go to for your victuals and things like that. Sound like the Beverly Hillbillies there, don't it? Victuals. But you can have the guitar pools. We call them guitar pools because you pull in the strings. But they'll have old codgers, young guys, people who just play music for the love of it. And there's an atmosphere. You'll sit around the campfire, or you'll gather, outside the small stores, and you're in nature. So, and I'm inspired by nature. As you mentioned the story of minnows.
Had enough of the bright lights, the sirens and the traffic. So I put my 2 weeks in, climbed down the corporate ladder, sold our downtown condo, bought a little piece of land, traded headaches and high blood pressure for these blisters on my hands. Now it's coffee on the front porch, wind chimes dancing in the breeze, waving at my neighbors while they're waving back at me. Was a big fish in the ocean and a gator in the swamp, Now I'm just a minnow, but I sure love my pond. We're laying on a blanket in the back of a flatbed Ford, miles from the city on a moonlit country road. Stars in the heavens sprinkled across the sky like sand. Got a front row seat to a masterpiece painted by the good Lord's hand. Now it's coffee on the front porch, wind chimes dancing in the breeze, waving at my neighbors while they're waving back at me. Was a big fish in the ocean and a gator in the swamp. Now I'm just a minnow, but I sure love my pond. Sun peeks over the water at the break of dawn. We both fell asleep, stayed here all night long. Now it's coffee on the front porch, wind chimes dancing in the breeze, waving at my neighbors while they're waving back at me. Was a big fish in the ocean and a gator in the swamp. Now I'm just a minnow, but I sure love my pond. Yeah, I sure love my pond.
Is there really a lot of fostering new original content in Nashville?
First of all, I'm told that there's over 250,000 musicians that are here. And I can tell you that the guy who sacks my groceries probably plays the guitar better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
The talent around here is just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
On Broadway, they're mainly playing for tips. It's kind of hard to believe. There's a kind of a statement or a story around Nashville that if you don't live in Nashville and you play in clubs, most people won't come see you, and that's where you're going to get your money. So you're going to be struggling. And if you move to Nashville, you can't live here. You got to go out. But when you go out traveling, you can say, so-and-so artist from Nashville. Just putting that tag on it means that they'll come to the club. So you can stay at home every night in your little town and play, or you can come to Nashville and go out and tour and make money, but never see your family.
Oh my gosh.
It's a crazy world. You mentioned Listening Room. I love that place. I got to play it before, and in the Bluebird. Those are probably two of my favorite places that I've ever got to play.
Yes.
If you want to play it, and request playing it, you have to have played there at least 4 times before. And to play before that, you either have to have had some kind of a hit or a label deal or something to that effect, or be invited by someone who has. So if one of my friends who's had a single or release, then he could invite me onto the show, and that would count as one of my performances.
Okay.
So it's kind of a interesting little thing they put together there. But when I first moved here years and years ago, you could drive down the street and just stop in, and it was no big deal. Mm-hmm. But it exploded when the show Nashville came out, and everyone heard about it, and that's when they start putting in these rules.
I loved that show, by the way. Did you watch it?
I think I only saw 1 episode.
I just love Connie Britton and the people that are on that show. It was really well done. But you're right. Everything exploded after that show.
I tell people, so I told you I moved away in 2013. The Nashville that I left is not the Nashville I came back to. And the Nashville I came back to is not the one I live in today. The growth of it is just crazy.
Wow.
I don't want to get too much of the legalities of a recording, but basically when a song is recorded and released, it's split down the middle. I told a lot of people this when they talk about coming here. There's two parts of this. There, they call it the music business. There's music and there's the business. And you can be successful as you want to in creating wonderful music, but if you don't have that business side down, you're going to be sacking groceries.
That's exactly right. And that's why Taylor Swift and Madonna are so big. They both are and Lady Gaga, extremely business savvy ladies.
They're much more savvy than I am.
Well, we learned like straight, when you're doing sync work, you have to, if you're doing collaborations, even before you even get together in the room, I think you need to sign a paper that's split, a split sheet, we're getting so much and so much per song, that way. So that way there's not any legality down the road.
So I've been doing some of the sync stuff, and I literally will lay awake at night wondering if I dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, because you can make one small mistake on it, and you will never get another sync placement because they don't have the time to correct your mistakes, and they don't want to be dragged into a court of law.
Right.
So, like I said, I have nightmares that I didn't do something correct on the legal side.
Wow.
Well, I know we're getting into the weeds, but a lot of people don't understand that, like a movie, it's in post-production at the very end of the process that they start putting the songs and syncing it with different scenes and whatnot. And so by that time, right, everybody's chomping at the bit for the movie to be released, right? Because it's post-production, it's at the end. And one of the music supervisors that I was on in a mentoring session with, she said, and she didn't name names, but she got a really famous rapper song on this one movie, and it was ready to be released. And all of a sudden somebody came forward and said, I'm a writer on that. You need to add me. And because of that one little piece, they had to rip the song and start over on that scene with a new song.
We're getting so many good golden nuggets here today with Kent Maxson. And Kent, do you have any like parting words or more golden nuggets that you're already given? They're all amazing. For our audience before we get out of here.
Yeah, specifically on the book. Is there one thing, if somebody reads this, that you would just pray and hope that they get out of this, that golden nugget of a Bible verse, anything, because your story is powerful. When you sell the books in person, I always put one verse in before my signature, and it's Mark 9:24, and that's the story of the father who wanted his son healed, and Jesus said he would, and asked him if he believed, and he said, "I believe. Help me with my unbelief." And when the whole purpose of the book for me is talking about hanging on to God. So I would reference that verse. And if you're struggling with anything, at least hopefully open your eyes to consider this, and to understand that there is a loving God that is with you every step of the way.
Yes.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
We wish the best for you. We hope to keep in contact with you.
Yes.
I want to thank y'all for letting me be here, and you better believe we'll keep in contact. If you ever get to Nashville, look me up.
Yeah! Nailed it. That'd be $50.
to our
look at this.
crazy
Beautiful.
museum.
Trace, what's up?
All right.
First time in here, Studio A.
Yeah, awesome. This is Studio. Welcome.
This is awesome. And I can shoot a little pool.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yes.
Anything in here stand out to you when you look at something? Anything in the?
Oh, I don't see nothing.
Because there's a story behind everything.
Okay. Well, I see that. That hit me in the face.
My
Hit you in the
hummingbird.
face? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
I
beautiful
love my
guitar.
hummingbird.
Beautiful.
That's my
And
favorite.
Let's see. All of you all, this guy here, I just got through jamming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Axis Boat as well. That's like one of my favorites.
Ah,
So,
nice.
Yeah, I was on that.
Wow.
Everything is beautiful. I love it.
It's just a collection of things from both he and I that we got around the world. And
Yeah. What a cool picture right here.
isn't that?
Yeah.
I wish it was me, but it's not.
Yes, it is. It's you.
Yeah.
You don't tell anybody, it's you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And then all our
And-
license.
Wow, look at this. Is beautiful. It's been a while since I've been in an actual studio.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my little thing at home, but this is awesome.
And we have a Studio B too, where we do vocals and
Wow.
stuff. But yeah, we just wanted to show it to you. And
This is beautiful. I love it.
Hey, we're back. Rockstar Diaries with the amazing Domino here. He plays guitar at Chase Oaks and among other places. He's a great singer as well, and he's a great man of God. And we're so glad that you're here. And I'll tell you what, your guitar playing is so amazing. Every week, it's just a joy to hear it. And you are a humble guy, man. I love you so much.
No, I just tell people it's God, it's not me.
Yeah.
Can you, and you told me this once before, but can you speak about the people that you've actually played with and the records you've been on? It's amazing.
I've done a variety of things. Back in 2004, I put out a record that actually did well on satellite radio back when that was popular. And again, I've been playing for different types of churches for a lot of years. Eventually, I made my way over to the God's Property. That's the Kurt Franklin kind of deal there. I'm on a record by vocalist Tamla Mann. And I did her live record, and it was just a total blessing because we had an orchestra. We had about 10 musicians. We had about 12 vocalists, and Tamla Mann is amazing. So, and her husband David Mann. But anyway, he's an awesome singer as well. So that experience was really, really cool. I got an opportunity to eventually play with Tom Braxton, who he plays. Of course, he's a smooth jazz artist, but he plays for Daystar. He's been over there for a lot of years. So it's been a blessing to me. He allows me to, not go on tour, but when he's around in town, he has gigs available. I'll do that. I played on a few of his records doing that. And I just, get a lot of opportunities.
How about give us a sample?
Jam something down there. You want the wrong notes too? Or what?
Any of them.
I'm just
the wrong notes.
I got a few of those if you want to.
That's nice. That sound on there reminds me of Robin Trower a little bit.
Oh,
there.
of course, yeah. He just released a new record this year too. I mean, like a month ago. So he's still
going.
Yeah. Definitely one of my influences there.
This is tired of putting in time and effort.
Are you prepared to take the oath of office?
It's American people.
Apply it just once, and you will.
Breaking now, NATO is urgently requesting emergency.
This isn't magic, it's chemistry.
AI artists are going to take over the industry.
Ever wonder why darkness freaks you out?
Answer our questions.
What if I told you there's a type of bread in the Bible designed by God
How long are we
himself?
going to do this? This is 2 minutes.
So you mentioned a little bit about your daughter, and there's a big story behind that. I know we were praying last year. Can you go into that? What really happened? Did they even find what it was?
Yeah. Basically, over the years, which I didn't have an idea about, but occasionally she would, have a drink or two. Eventually, she got to staying home and being home with her dogs and loving her family and all that. But she would have box wine every day, And I think that contributed to, according to the doctors that were there during those last days, it attributed to paralysis. Eventually couldn't feel anything from the waist down. It was like, what happened? There was no trauma. There was nothing like that. What is the deal? So we got into the doctor, and they did their analysis, and they came up with the fact that maybe it was alcohol abuse that caused that paralysis, and it degenerated a part in her spine. That's what happened. And so we were working on it, and I went back and forth to Chicago and trying to help her, because again, if you're walking one day and this happens to you the next day, it's devastation to the heart and soul. So her being daddy's girl kind of thing, I tried to make it happen. And I should say that she was a musician as well, except she didn't want to play guitar, and she started to pick up the saxophone and went through high school, and she was a premier saxophone player. I was like,
love saxophone.
Yeah, it was just, she just grabbed it, and of course I taught her what I could, and kind of how trying to make her be me. So so it didn't work out. She became her as well. So the fact is that years later she went through this. It was devastating, and she actually started to feel things in her hands as well, where she couldn't move her hands. So I wanted to get her another saxophone so she could at least do something while she healed. And the prognosis was that maybe she would never walk, but I was there with her, and I saw her take steps like from here to the kitchen or something like that, which was amazing. But eventually it caught up, and it got worse, and something happened where she had some form of congestion, and that's when she had to go to the hospital, and that's when she passed away. I feel the loss, but I also feel I praise him for taking her out of her condition there.
Jesus, we lift up this family right now to you. We know she's a guardian angel right now in heaven, singing with the choir and playing with the band. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
I appreciate it, prayer.
So you first heard about that a year ago, and he came into church to play the next week, and we were just like, wow, he could have taken time and stayed at home and grieve, because some people grieve differently. They grieve like long time. I know my kids are still grieving their mother, so it's like it's different stages for a lot of different people. But he came in and said, what?
Right. And when we volunteer for the Sunday services, we're there at 7 a.m. and we stay till the last service is ended, which is around 12:30, which makes for a long day praying. And I saw you and was, wow, just blown away that you were there. And I think I asked if you were okay. You said, this is exactly where I need to be, with my church family, doing music for God. This is where I need to be.
Absolutely.
And that just really held true.
All of my friends and associates in the course of my life, they always looked at me and said, hey, man, you got a light. And I'm going to use that light to lift everyone that I know, everyone. I mean, I used to go out and I see the kids and they were gangbangers and stuff like that. And I'd go out in the middle of them and stop them from the fighting and all of that. And I try to tell them their value. I wasn't preaching, but yes, I was giving them a little bit more insight in terms of who they are and who they could be. One of my, achieving moments is Max Placenta, and the band is called About You. And I noticed the other night, I was just looking around, and he was one of my proteges. So he's like 10, 11 years old. And his father, I think they saw me in a restaurant along with my wife, just doing some dual stuff. And long story short, the father asked me, could I teach the son how to play some stuff? Oh, I say, fine, I can do that. I go over there, I see the son. The son is like a little rocker. He already knows how to play. I mean, he's like...
Did he play guitar here?
He plays guitar. No, he played guitar and he sang, and he was like a little miniature of Jack White.
Oh,
White Stripes, right?
Wow.
So he had the attitude too, but he had some rough edges. So I came in as a coordinator for the band, and they had a little 3-piece rock band, and he was doing his thing. And So I would come in with my input to try to mold him, and then they'll tell him about the business and do things. And funny how when I first met him, he was like, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to, you're not a rocker, right? So I played a little guitar, and he got my respect and all that. And then one time he said to me, you know what, you're not here to do anything. I don't listen to you because you're just here for the money, right? I'm like, well, there was no money, really. They didn't have any money to give. And I tell the guy, I say, listen, it's not about money. I'm here because God brought me here to give you something and uplift you. Okay, so that was when he was about, say, 10 or 12-ish. I didn't think he heard me, but he allowed me to go in, and about another year, I was able to show some things. Long story short, another part of that is that he got so good that Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, came to one of our rehearsals to try to sign him to a deal. I mean, it was amazing, but then we interviewed, and then ultimately, Matthew Knowles said, I'll sign you up. I'll get you on Jimmy Kimmel and Fallon, and I'll do all these things. Anyway, this guy's about 12. He turns him down. He says, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do that. And me and the dad, we're like fighting this. No. He said, I don't want to do that. I don't want the street cred because I'm a rock and roller, and that's Beyonce's dad. I don't want that guy to get. Okay, I got it. I said, well, you do your thing. I respect that, and I hope everything makes it. So, you make it in the business. He's been in the business. He's out in LA now doing his thing, but his roots are here. And I turn on NBC News, and boom, there he is. There he is. He's doing an interview. Not only is he a great musician, a great guitar player, a great singer and vocalist, but he has his friend, and I don't know if you heard of him, but about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, he had this recording studio, and something happened, and he went and he touched some kind of wire, and he lost both his arms. Wow. Great producer, but he lost both his arms. And the thing, long story short, again, my protege Max went to him and brought him back to life. Healed him and gave him a purpose, wrote a song about it, and NBC News, they featured it. And it was just a beautiful thing. So that being said, whatever I mentioned to him about God, every time I talk to him, he said, man, thank you so much. You've been a blessing to me. You will always be a blessing in my heart and my soul. And he pushed that, he presented that to the guy that lost both of his arms. And when I saw that, I was just so floored that God worked in that way, went through me, through him, and allowed him to help. Because he still could have been that rocker guy. But instead, again, as I talk to him, whenever we meet or we talk, God bless you. I'll be praying for you. And thank you for being such an influence on me. You brought me to God, essentially, and I'm presenting that now to the world. And so I expect great things to happen for him.
Wow.
Because he's a giver as well.
It's time for
the hard question.
The hard question.
The very, very hard question.
Okay, I have one. This is a really good one. And these might be fighting words. I'm sorry.
Man.
Okay.
I'm ready for it.
All right.
Go for it.
You're from Chicago.
Yeah.
Cubs or White Sox?
Okay, now you're going to get in trouble.
I knew it was going to get you in trouble.
You don't have to answer that.
You know what? I'm from the South Side.
That's the White Sox, right?
Yeah, White Sox. Yep. And I'm down the street from the stadium, and I was there for a lot of years, 30 years or so. Yep. But it's something about the Cubs, man.
Oh, really?
I can't. Even though it took them 105 years to win a championship, I've always been a Cub fan, and so that's who I am. I stand by it. I love the Sox. Don't get me wrong. I respect them, but it's the Cubs that really are my favorite team.
You're both holding guitars. I really want to hear some music.
We got a song for you here. Okay. You've never heard it before.
Nope.
It's brand new, and I just want you to just jam along to it, just to have fun. All right. And the song we don't have a lot of words to it yet. It's called "Waking Up Next to You."
All right.
Yes.
Well, I trust you guys. It's going to be awesome when you finish it. So let me play on it now, so I can say I played on it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. This is awesome. There it is. Wake it up next to you.
There, you didn't even need to hear it.